No, over die.
Okay.
game where we entertain you electronically. Welcome to 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 Game Black, where we entertain you electronically. Welcome to Game Black, where we entertain you electronically. Welcome to Game Black, where we entertain you electronically. Welcome to Game Black, where we entertain you electronically. Welcome to Game Black, where we entertain you electronically.
ladies and gentlemen, my name is Khan and I am with our casters, Himzas and Shark. It's been 5 intense weeks of grueling gameplay, and I mean, we fell in love with the players and some of them broke our hearts. Right now, we've come to the climax of the event, and today we will be crowning the Division 2 king, and of course, we'll be finding out who would make it to the Pro Leagues. Chad, are you impressed so far?
Well, yes, I am, honestly. 5 weeks of intense, serious SC gaming from these guys. They really impressed us. I mean, most of them have left it all in, this seat here and the controller. And honestly, I've been wild, for real.
Himzas, I mean, are you not entertained?
Of course. Although there were some disappointments from some players that you never expected to have done better, but in general, yes, I'm entertained, yeah.
Let's really talk about who has been the discovery of this league. Who has been the standout player for you, or who has been the guy that we didn't see coming?
I think the public will agree with me that the standout player has been Shocker, obviously.
Okay.
That's obvious, very clear. But one person that has impressed me is Coldest Snow. Yeah, because after losing these first 2 games, we all thought, even in the group stages against in Group A, where he faced Indabuski, I mean, that was actually the first match of the knockout stages. He played so badly. Nobody even credited him to want to even get into the RSDL. But look at where he is now, second on the table. He just took the league by storm after those 2 losses.
Crazy.
Yeah, very impressive.
Crazy. So I'm not going to ask that standout player. I'm going to ask who has been the surprise package for you, not standout.
Well, I don't want to sound so generic, but I will still go with 1A1 because this guy, I know a lot of people know that he already had it in him, but during the knockout stages of the RSPL qualification, that he didn't make it, that he crashed out in the group stages. Coming into the RSDL, even during the knockout stages of the RSDL, he kind of almost didn't get in, but in the last game, he was now finally able to get his groove and get the win. And he actually took the league by storm, and he's lost only 1 game. I think that was a shocker.
Yeah.
So yeah, for me, he's been.
I believe the standout player for Milia would be Mr. Moran. But sadly, she's not heartbroken to join this conversation right now, and I hope he can survive and stay in or get qualified to the Pro League. It's really open. It's really open. Let's look at the table. Let's look at the standings. I mean, you've been in the thick of things, so let's talk about the table. How things stand right now.
Well, obviously we know at first position, in pole position to take up the title of the rising star of the RSDL. No other name than that guy, Shocker.
Hold on, can that change today? Could that change today?
Well,
is it mathematically possible?
It's kind of dicey.
It's mathematically possible.
Yeah.
It's mathematically possible for Shocker to be top one.
Yeah.
So he has a game against
Bright,
and also a game against second position, which is Coldest. So the crown is not yet yours, bro. So if you're listening to me, you need to lock in for real because people really love a last day drama.
Yeah.
And, it might just be slave.
Okay, fine. The PJ of the Division 2 has been Coldest Snow. I mean, highest number of goals scored, best attack. Right. So, do you think he stands a chance to actually, get one over, Shocker and just take the crown home?
Well, I feel it will all depend on the result between Bright and Shocker's game because if Shocker happens to win that game, he can call it wraps and he would have won the league. So, Coldest Snow really a huge paper from Bright. If Bright can at least take points off Shocker, then the final game, Coldest Snow Shocker. I bet you everyone wants to see that. So, Bright, I know you're watching, so obviously.
I mean, everybody is backing Bright. Dorado is backing Bright. 1A1 is backing Bright.
Yeah.
If Bright steals that 3 points from Shocker, then this is going to go.
Bright, you may just be the most supported player in the league right now, and the fate of the division rests on your shoulders. That's a very heavy responsibility to carry, and Shocker does not look like he is taking his foot off the gas anytime soon. But Bright, you could do us a huge favor, like Richie did, in the Pro League. Yeah, like Richie did to Dexter, and Richie technically crowned Dexter the champion of the. And I know PJ was heartbroken. He still is heartbroken, and he'll be waiting for his revenge in the Elite League. But PJ, you just still have to wait, a little while longer. for you to get your hands on Dexter again. I mean, if you can beat him this, okay, you beat him. He beat him once, yeah? Beat him.
That was a very, very trashing.
Yeah, you beat the best player in the league, but ultimately couldn't take the league home. I feel sorry for you, PJ, but I know you will get your revenge in this lifetime or in the next. So, guys, now this is what's going to happen. We have an award for the most active fan. That is yourself. If you've been following us, you've been talking to us, you've been giving your predictions. Drew Daniel is my favorite fan. I don't know about the others.
He's my favorite.
Basically, Hazard Ninja. Basically everyone's favorite at this point.
Yeah, so of course, if you stay consistent today, we would crown the best fan. The fans would vote for the best fan. That is how it's going to happen. I mean, us in the studio will also vote as well. Management team will vote as well. But the fans actually have the final say. Now, for the last, let's say, before we move to the gameplay, what do you think is going to happen today? Wait, Hims, as you go first.
Well, it's tough. Everyone would like to see final day drama.
Yeah,
I'm sure you want to see it. I'm sure Sark himself wants to see it. So it all depends on what happens in the game. Like, even the relegation battle is still kind of tough. Many players can actually get relegated. The likes of Bright, Bruce, they have a chance to get relegated. And I'm sure they know that, and they want to put in the work today against their opponents. Then, as for the top of the table, like I said, Bright needs to do a huge favor to Coldest Snow if there has to be a change at the top. Or if Shocker is able to get that win, well, can already crown him champion from before the final game.
Well, right about now, the only persons that are not competing for anything or are not bothered about, the challenge for today is Roland and George.
What of Chisco Fingers?
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. From the first position to the fourth position, it is a battle. I mean, a battle for who is going to be crowned the rising star, and also a battle for who's going to take top 3.
Yeah.
Now, from the 7th position till the 13th position, anybody can be relegated.
Okay.
Potentially anybody, mathematically
anybody can be relegated.
But from what I'm looking at, the only certified person who is relegated at the moment, sadly, that's Richie. So Richie has played 12 games, and he's played 12 games, and he has 10 points. So even if he takes a win, this is his final game. That gets him up to the 10th one, which is not enough.
Not enough to save him
from the relegation. So for every other person, I mean, in the Boston, he has 3 more games to go. Cisco Fingers, he has 3 more games to go. I mean, these are guys who can, potentially crawl their way up into the promotion stages of the Pro League. So there are battles everywhere today. Top half of the table, bottom half of the table. So it's going to be crazy today, honestly.
Guys, you heard it from the analyst, our in-house analyst, Himself and Sharks. And this is the magic of the RSL. Anybody can be beaten, and anybody can become the crown, can be crowned king of the Division 2. I mean, shout out to Indaboski. I hope you survived. Every other person, I hope you survived. Chisco Fingers, you got relegated from the Pro League. You came here. I hope you survived. Richie, I'm not really disappointed. I'd say I'm heartbroken because you got relegated as well. But you got kicked out of the division. I mean, I wish you all the best in your future endeavors, but this is sadly not where you belong. I mean, just go home, sharpen up your skills, and maybe come back, and maybe one day you would be on PJ's level. Guys will head.
He might, even though he knows he's down and out, he will take somebody down with you.
Oh, that's it.
I expect you to even get 3 points in his last match.
And that game's against Indaboski. So Indaboski.
Indaboski, pray to whatever deities you venerate. Chisco or Richie would want to take you down. Guys, we'll head back to ads right now. And when we come back again, we will start our gameplay. It's been Khan, and I've been with Himzaz and Shark. Thank you.
This is Cafe One. Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorafor, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe One. Cafe One was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aharabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you patience, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Shops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aharabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you patience, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Shops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aharabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you patience, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Shops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aharabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you patience, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Shops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aharabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you patience, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Shops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aherabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aherabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aherabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1! Every great vision begins small. My name is Anointed Okorapo, and in 2021, I founded Just Chops and Chips. Well, let me bring you up to speed. This is Cafe 1. Cafe 1 was founded in November 2021, and it has grown from a little business idea into a scalable business. Well, now we've gotten 4 branches, and the journey is still great ahead. We believe we can do it better. From what was serving over 2, 3, 5, 10 customers, we now attend to over 500 guests in a day, and it can get better. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Hope Aherabrade, the Executive Manager and CFO at Just Shots Cafe. I manage the managers and manage resources. At Just Shots, we don't just give you pastries, we are building the future.
This is Cafe 1!
Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the RSDL, the Rivers SKIRMISH Division 2 League, and this is the final match day for the RSPL. It's been a lovely ride. This is the 5th week, and I can tell you for free that it's been one hell of a ride, and I'm sure Khan, who is in the studio in the commentary gantry with me, would also agree. What do you think?
Of course, it's been an amazing ride so far. You know, the players have given their all. You know, some of them not enough. It's not been enough for some of them, but they have given their all regardless. You know, 5 grueling weeks of intense gameplay against some of the best players around, and it's been wonderful. You know, as a host, it's been beautiful to watch. You know, the likes of Eldorado, who are currently playing right now, give their all week in, week out, and yeah, it's been an amazing ride for me.
Well, you heard it. Every player has given their all, and like we said earlier, we are open to surprises in this league, in this match day. There can be lots of surprises. We can genuinely get someone, a new winner, probably among the likes of Cold Snow, Eldorado, and even to an extent 1A1. And for the players who are about to get relegated, who are battling relegation, good luck to them. But like I said, we love surprises, and maybe, just maybe, a lot of players whom you think would get relegated wouldn't, and they actually get themselves into the RSPL. But well, we are underway in this game, and Eldorado has just taken the lead against Bruce. He leads 1-0, and you can see that was expected.
actually really expected. I think Bruce has performed a little bit on the par. That was his chance to equalize, but he skinned it. And I know he's a decent player, but he's performed a little bit on the par. I mean, I think the pressure caught up with him along the line. Bruce was supposed to be one of the surprise packages of this season, but that has not been what we've seen so far. Still struggling against El Dorado as this game pushes on.
Well, El Dorado is currently in the lead, 1-0 up against Bruce, and I think this is his final game of this RSDL season. You can say it's been kind of disappointing from El Dorado because at the start of the season he looked like he was in contention for the title, but then he began to drop off, and now it seems like he's down and out. I don't know.
That's a penalty there for Bruce, and Bruce pulls it back. It's now level. A clinical Kylian Mbappe finish there from the spot has drawn the game level again.
26 minutes in and we already have 2 goals.
That's looking like the complexion of the game in the final, the final matches of the season. Everybody wants to be careful not to lose, because a loss now would compound the woes of both players. I mean, El Dorado would fall lower on the pecking order. This is his last game, I presume, and he would want to win it to, keep his sights on the top finish. And Bruce, of course, would want to win it to stay safe, to be marked safe from the relegation battles. And he has allowed El Dorado to take the lead once again.
Well, like you hear, Bruce, who is currently battling relegation because of how open the league is, wouldn't want to lose this game to El Dorado, but he currently trails by 1 goal. El Dorado finally in the lead once again. He took the lead early on. Bruce quickly equalized, and now El Dorado is finally in the lead.
Yes, let's see how long he can hold this lead. Let's see how long, and let's see what he has. Oh, that was a neat interception there by El Dorado. Game is going as expected. El Dorado in the lead, of course, but Bruce still has everything to play for. And right now, I think the likes of Shocker, 1A1 and Coda Snow would not be too happy with the scoreline, because that would also be hampering their chances of winning this. Oh, that was a beautiful bounce! How did that go wide?
That was a huge miss there from Bruce to draw level in this game and probably go into the halftime level. But unfortunately for him, his shot was just wide off the post. So El Dorado would really love that there, because that was really, really poor defending from him.
You could see the smile on El Dorado's face. I mean, that just means, oh, I'm safe now. But for how long would that continue? Because Bruce is still asking questions, still probing and probing.
2-1, 45 minutes on the clock. We'll just be waiting for the referee to bring the first half to an end. Anytime from now, that will be happening. Well, the referee has blown his whistle. El Dorado leads at halftime, 2-1. He doesn't have anything to play for at this point, I must say. Bruce needs the points more than he does. And I'm sure he'll be looking in the second half to see if he can get the 3 points from El Dorado. But I must say that's a huge mountain to climb for the guy, because he's 1 goal down. Now he'll need to score 2 goals and let the game end that way for him to probably be a bit safe in this relegation battle.
El Dorado said something when he got relegated from the Pro League. Ooh! Where did that come from? Bruce equalizes through Kylian Mbappe.
2-2, and you could see these players are just going band for band at this point. El Dorado scores and Bruce equalizes. El Dorado scores again, and once again Bruce has equalized. That means we have a game on our hands. Bruce knows he needs all 3 points in order for him to avoid getting relegated and probably have a chance at getting into the RSPL. Up until this moment, the game has been kind of slow.
El Dorado could have gone up ahead there, but that was a brilliant save by the French goalkeeper. Bruce now trying to turn a defensive situation to a counter-attacking situation, and he gets his goal. Beautiful. Bruce has gone ahead, taken the lead for the first time in this match.
Wow, what a goal that was! Like the ball roll and even the finesse into the top corner there, and it actually hit the post and went in.
Wow, that was beautiful, really beautiful from Bruce. Let's see what he can do with this lead now.
Like you hear, can he stay in the lead? He's currently in the lead, but how long can he stay in the lead?
Against a player like El Dorado, I don't think very long.
Well, El Dorado will need to check deeper if he's to get something out of this game now, because the game has completely turned on its head. But he's currently on the attack here with Ferran Torres, and Torres in the box. But the ball there, just getting into the French defender, and he was able to get himself out of trouble there. Bruce.
What piece of skill there.
To counter almost immediately. But El Dorado still probing, looking for those gaps to exploit. He has Pedri, who finds Williams and Jeremy Pino in the box, but then again, Bruce's defense a bit too strong for El Dorado, and immediately Bruce gets the ball. He's on the counter. He has Dembele, and he plays a through pass there to Ryan Cherki. Cherki's down the flank, and he tried to slide through pass to Dembele there, but that defender was just positioned perfectly.
Wayward possession lost there by Bruce. He's all smiles right now, but he's giving the passes away too cheaply. And this can actually hurt you. If you misplace passes against a player like El Dorado, this could come back to hurt you. And hopefully Bruce won't get hurt this time. He's been hurt too many times this season. Hopefully, he would not want to get hurt again. This is the 73rd minute of the matchup, and Bruce is still in front. El Dorado twisting and turning, looking for cracks. And he finds his crack. Third goal for El Dorado to pull it level. 3-3.
Well, you heard it there, 3-3. El Dorado has finally drawn level. So far, Bruce was the one chasing the game up until this moment, and now El Dorado has drawn level 3-3, and the game is not over, because I feel there are still some more goals in this particular game.
Yes, of course. Somebody has to win it. Somebody has to win this. Will it be Bruce? Will it be El Dorado? It's just left for us to find out. El Dorado got relegated from the Pro League last season, and he said that this Division 2 is his. He said he came here to win, but it's the last day of the tournament, and El Dorado is not at top of the table. I mean, this is not what he said he would do.
Well, I think he won't really be bothered, because out of the 5 players who got relegated to the RSDL, he seems to be the only one who's in a safe spot to get him back into the RSPL, and he did it in a mighty fashion, because he's definitely going to finish in the top 5.
That's true. El Dorado seems to be the only player that came from the Pro League that is riding strong. I mean, one player got disqualified, and then the others are battling for a place, via the relegation places. But El Dorado has, just made it worth his time. But now Bruce scores again. How did that happen? Ousmane Dembele in the 79th minute for Bruce. And he has gone in front again.
Bruce, for the second time in this game, has actually gone ahead. Remember, El Dorado went ahead twice in this game, and now Bruce has returned the favor. Remember, I said I feel there were more goals in this game, and now we've gotten that goal. 82 minutes on the clock. Can El Dorado find at least an equalizer, or can Bruce add more goals to whatever he has now? And now you can see a tactical foul there to stop that attack, and Bruce seems to want to opt for game management.
Game management so early.
Well, 84 minutes in, you're on the lead, you're battling relegation. I really don't see an issue with that, in my opinion.
A misplaced pass, and
it's
El Dorado could hurt him.
Well, it seems like he's still going on the attack here, because he has Bradley Bacola. Bacola tries to play the ball into Mbappe, but now Bruce has lost the ball, and El Dorado will be looking to see if he can counter. He has Mikel Oyarzabal, finds Rodri. Rodri finds Dani Olmo. Olmo one-on-one with the goalkeeper.
I said it. Game management too early. One misplaced pass could hurt you. And El Dorado just pulled a goal back. Bruce will be looking to
And
add
that
goal number 5.
and that goal now, that's like a dagger to Bruce's heart. And Eldorado could still add more here because he played a through pass there to Munoz. Munoz finds Oyazabal, but Jules Kounde was just positioned in the perfect place. And the game is over. It ends in a draw, a 4-all draw. Eldorado, you can see his reaction, not beating himself up so much. I'm kind of disappointed with his performance, but at least he didn't end his RSDL campaign in a loss.
The draw merchant has struck again. I mean, he is calculating how many points he needs to stay or to get qualified to the Pro League. You see that shake of head there in disapproval. I could have won this. He knew he could have won it, but somehow he let the lead slip.
Yeah, Bruce, he was kind of disappointed with his performance because he was ahead not once but twice in this game, and both times he happened to just give away the lead. And now the battle to get into the RSPL has become so much tougher for him because Eldorado was already in a safe spot before the beginning of this game. Bruce was the guy who needed that win, and unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to get it.
Sad there for Bruce. He has another game coming up with another very tough opponent, and this was his opportunity to actually, mark himself safe, but he let it slide through his fingers. Our next matchup, we can see the athlete, Mr. Morale, seated there. A large section of the fans, adore Mr. Morale, but he has not really performed, to the level that has been expected of him so far this tournament. And hopefully he will, be able to get all 3 points in this game to advance his cause and probably make it to the RSPL.
Well, Mr. Morale, who has kind of been on a losing streak, he hasn't gotten a win in quite some time. Maybe he can change that today. Maybe he can finally get that win that will send him into the RSPL. He'll be looking to get the win over whoever his opponent is, I must say, because this guy coming into the RSDL, we've said this lots of times. We had high hopes for him. He's a big name, a name that everyone adores, a name that has run around the gaming community in the South, but he's not shown that quality in the RSDL this season.
I think, sometimes if you stay away from the games for too long, the game tends to leave you. And that may have been the problem with Mr. Morale. He came in highly celebrated. I mean, during the draws, everybody was like, they didn't want to face Mr. Morale. But so far, he has performed, at a level so poor that I personally could beat him and stuff like that. But we hope to see Mr. Morale, scrap out wins in these last matches he has to at least secure a slot to, a position in the RSPL next season.
Well, you heard it there. Coming into the RSDL this season, every player was saying they didn't want to face Mr. Morale, but I'm sure now everyone wants to face him because he's not really put up performances that are worthy of being feared, and he will need to change that in this game coming up. And he's going up against Chisco Fingers, another player who he has a chance to escape relegation today. Chisco Fingers is currently in 13th place. This guy, he has 3 games today, and he can actually creep out, or let's say crawl out of the relegation zone to get himself back in the RSPL. But then, but it's a huge mountain to climb, and that mountain begins with Mr. Morale here. Do you see him getting a point or all 3 points against this guy?
Anything is possible. I mean, against Mr. Morale, a lot of people have beaten Mr. Morale in the past, but I mean, Chisco is a decent player. He may not be that good, but he's a fighter. He likes to put his all on the table. So it's very possible that Chisco could grab a point or even all 3 points from Mr. Morale in this game. Mr. Morale has been disastrous, and Chisco needs this win. It's relegation places, and Chisco would want to, win this. You can see the players are getting set. Players are getting set for the showdown. Chisco Fingers plugs his ears to block out the noise. He doesn't want to hear what the fans are saying in the studio. He just wants to get his win. And can Chisco actually get his win today against a highly rated Mr. Morale? and we are on the way. Mr. Morale in the traditional Dutch colors of orange and black, and Chisco has decided to stick with his France.
Well, don't forget to let us know your prediction for the games. The first game has come to an end, a 4-all draw between Eldorado and Bruce. The next game is Mr. Morale up against Chisco Fingers. Let us know who you think is going to get the win and by how many goals. Let us know your score predictions, and we'll be sure to read them out. Well, like you said, both players, they both need these wins, and I'm sure if there was a way that both players could get 3 points, they would have settled for that. But unfortunately, that is not possible. And you can see Chisco Fingers almost getting through on goal there, but Mr. Morale in the last second just dragging the French attacker in Ousmane Dembele down to the floor, and Chisco had to settle for a free kick.
He was booked for that attack on Ousmane Dembele, Mickey van der Ven, and he has to be careful because any other careless attack could, of course, change the complexion of this game. And so far, it's a cagey affair.
I see a comment here saying from Drew Daniel saying Chisco should win. Mr. Morale is currently in his giveaway era. I'm sure lots of players would actually agree with that statement, because he's happened to give away easy wins in which he was in the lead many times. And I'm sure Chisco will really hope that that's the version of Mr. Morale that turns up here today to be able to partake of his own unfair share of the giveaway.
Well, I don't think that would happen. But Chisco Fingers, beautiful gameplay there.
Well, Mahabo Point saying Mr. Morale, who seems to be in his giveaway era, taking a tip or two from Ashakain himself, has just gone behind against Chisco Fingers. Now Chisco will be looking to see if he can keep this lead.
Mr. Morale is a philanthropist so far. He's been giving out points to the players.
No, they can say he's the Robin Hood of the RSDL. Take points from the big boys and give them to the not so big. You can say it that way. You can put it that way. Well, Chisco will be looking to see if he can add more goals to his tally. He's on the attack here. He has Bradley Bakola, who's about to unleash a shot, but the ball was just nicked off his feet in the last second. Now, Mr. Morale, you can see with the creative runs there, will be looking to counter. He has Bobry on the ball. Bobry finesses, and yes, of course, Mr. Morale has gotten himself back in this game. And now, we are all level once again.
Of course, that would have happened sooner rather than later. I mean, it's 24th minute of the game, and there's still enough time. But Mr. Morale would want to crush this Chisco Fingers uprising early before it starts to hurt him. It's 1-all. And oh, that was a beautiful pass right across the goal mouth. Noah Lang gets the ball, crosses it again.
If there's nobody for Mr. Morale to impress, I must say he needs to impress Melia, who has been rooting for him right from the start. And Mr. Morale has gone ahead. For the first time in this game, he's in the lead. But we've seen him throw away leads a couple of times. Well, he will hope that today is not that day, because he knows he needs the points to be able to get himself into the RSPL. He knows that every goal, every pass needs to be inch perfect. He knows that every action is going to be vital. Now, finally, he's taking the lead, and we'll just look to see if he can increase it from here on out.
As I just said, this is the battle of the mates, but so far, it has given us premium entertainment. I mean, in the 35th minute, we already have 3 goals from both sides. It's 2-1. So, yes, the battle of the mates, if you want to put it that way, but this is an absolute goal fest from both teams. Mr. Morale looking for goal number 3, and he has Noah Lang. Dispossessed by Jose Conde. Lang wins the ball back, and the attack is still very much alive. Gravenberch, twists, stones, Frankie turns. That was stolen.
What with the amount of pressure Mr. Morale is putting on Chisco Fingers, you would have expected him to bury that shot into the back of the net there.
Robbie has been decent It's been decent for Mr. Morale so far. Oh, was that a pass?
Well, I think that was a precision shot. You can see the arrow there, but was just a bit off the target, and Mr. Morale probably ruled that missed chance because it might just have been vital to him still being in contention for getting himself a place or a spot in the RSPL. And Chisco was looking to counter there, but that wasn't exactly what happened. Since the second goal of Mr. Morale, both players just seem to be giving away the balls, and now it is halftime. Mr. Morale goes into the halftime break with a lead. Chisco Fingers went ahead first in this game, but then Mr. Morale equalized and is currently in the lead and will look to see if he can keep it that way.
Chisco is locked in. He is looking for his equalizer.
Second half is on the way, and Mr. Morale would look to continue from where he stopped exactly in the first. You can see he doesn't seem to want to stop attacking. He wants to win this game, and he wants to win it in a very, very beautiful fashion because it's the least his fans would expect from him. He's been giving us poor performances right from the start of the RSDL, but it's not too late to be able to get himself back into the chart to see maybe if he can get a place in the RSPL, because I'm sure seeing players who he feels out he's probably better than being in the RSPL and not himself will really be demoralizing for him. Now we look to see maybe he can grab the swing against Chisco, and it's on the attack again, and Somerville and the goalkeeper got a hand to it, but that wasn't enough.
That was beautiful, beautiful gameplay from Mr. Morale. Never in doubt. Duru Daniel, your prediction has just gone to the bin. Mr. Morale is in the lead, 3-1.
Well, 3-1 for Mr. Morale, and he doesn't seem to be done because as I speak to you, he's currently on the counter. He finds Frankie de Jong there, but the pass was just intercepted, and Chisco will be looking to see if he can turn defense to attack. Well, Van der Ven was just positioned, and Mbappe couldn't get past him. Mr. Morale, you could see the player locks there, and he finds Brian Bobry. Bobry on with goalkeeper. He tries to get around the goalkeeper, but his dribble was just not too inch perfect, and the goalkeeper was able to send the ball the wrong way, and that should be offside there. Exactly. 3-1, and Chisco, what do you think he needs to do at this point?
He's wondering, I know he's scratching his head right now, wondering where it all went wrong. What can he do to get back?
Well, that's a really huge question. Chisco will be hoping that he gets the answers too, because he's currently 2 goals down against this man, Mr. Morale. Mr. Morale, who currently sat before this match, he was at like 10th place, risk of getting relegated, and now maybe with this win, his chances have actually improved.
Of course, his chances will improve. I mean, the only person that would be offside, that would be heartbroken after this game, if this game remains like this, of course, would be Chisco Fingers. He's already 13th on the log, and with this loss, this would actually further compound his woes.
Yeah, he knows that, and you see he's trying to be locked in as much as possible to see if he can at least get a goal that will probably instigate a comeback for him in this particular fixture against Mr. Morale. But nothing seems to be going his way currently. Remember, he took the lead first off, but then, like they say in the usual Nigerian slang, no be who call police first, the win case.
Of course, he took the lead, but he has swallowed 3 goals. That was a chance, a decent chance actually.
Decent chance there, or you have to settle for a corner, and now the corner has been played short. Ryan Cherky, he finds Olise, who's in the box again. Tried to see if he can dance his way through, but decided to go back to Kounde, and now Mbappe down the flank. Trying to turn away there from Daniel Marlin. Mbappe plays a through pass, but that was just intercepted there by Dumfries. Now Mr. Morale will be looking to counter attack, but he's lost the ball again, and now Chouameni plays Kante in, and Kante tried that lob through pass to Dembele, but the Dutch defense, this Dutch team, they are something special. Quite sturdy in defense and strong in attack. Frankie de Jong in the box. Tries to cut back there. Yeah, it would have been a really beautiful goal. Well, 78 minutes on the clock, 3-1. Can Chisco get something in this game? And he'll be looking at this because Kante is in the box. And I don't know what was going through his head there because I thought he was about to unleash that shot, but he was a bit too slow. And Mr. Moura was able to get the ball back from him and be looking to see if he can get a goal for himself. But then again, this has basically been the entirety happening in the entirety of the second half. Get the ball around the box and just happen to lose it there.
Robbery has been immense for Mr. Morale in this particular matchup. I mean, he's connecting, creating the chances, scoring the goals.
Well, you can say he's been immense, not only in this game, in the World Cup as well. This guy has basically scored three goals from his 3 shots he's had in the World Cup, I think. That's like 100% conversion rate.
Yes, that's efficiency there.
Well, Mr. Morale has just lost the ball in a very dangerous position, and Chisco will be looking to counter, and Ryan Cherki, another huge save, but Olise was in a position that no player would miss from. But then again, it's kind of too late because 89 minutes on the clock, and now Mr. Morale will just opt for game management.
Or not, because he's already on the counter-attack again. He loses that ball. And Chisco, can Chisco take this opportunity for a last counter-attack? But nah, didn't go his way. And
well, the game is over, and disappointing performance from Chisco, I must say.
Really, really disappointing. Chisco would have expected more from that, but too bad he couldn't get the win, and Mr. Morale has gotten a much needed win there, and that could temporarily rearrange the table. Mr. Morale, 3 goals against Chisco's 2.
Well, Mr. Morale, at this point, he feels he's kind of on track to getting himself into the RSPL, where the likes of the coldest snows, the 1A1s, and the shockers are already. If someone told you that this guy was going to be battling relegation at the start of this campaign, he would have probably thrown fist, I'm sure.
Yes, nobody would actually believe it because Mr. Morale came in with a CV that was really enviable. And we can see right now on our screens one man that has already been relegated, Richie. But, Richie did something crazy in the Pro League last season. He cost PJ the win. Like, he went ahead and beat PJ to cost PJ the league last season. So, Richie, can you take down one more person this season? You're already relegated, but let's just see what Richie has up his sleeves.
This just reminds me of I don't know if you really followed Avatar Korra when she was fighting against the Red Lotus. I don't know, for people who actually watched the show, when Gazan from season 3, Gazan from the Red Lotus was fighting Mako and Bolin, he said, if I'm going down, you're coming with me. And that's exactly what Richie wants to do here against Inaboski, because I'm already relegated. I have nothing to fight for. I can probably just bring and drag more people down, as with me as well. So he'll be looking to do that, I must say.
Now, another player that we expected a lot from was Inaboski. But Inaboski is currently neck deep in the relegation places, of course, alongside Richie, Chisco Fingers, and Mr. Morale. I mean, Inaboski Inaboski is a legend in these parts. He's a mentor to some players like Eldorado and all that. But it is really heartbreaking to see that Inaboski at this level is struggling to survive.
Yeah, I must say, he knows that, because I was going through Instagram and I saw a post of his was like comfortably chilling in the relegation zone, and a comment was like, "Bro, you need to get out of that position, because this is someone everyone has looked up to." But unfortunately for him, he's not been at that particular spot, and now he's fighting relegation. But he finally has a chance to be able to see if he can get himself back up into the RSPL and up in the league table, and he'll be looking to do just that. He has 3 games today, and if he get all 3 games with a win, he probably goes home with 9 points, and that's safe zone, I must say.
Well, you can see a comment there from Hazard Niger. Can we take a second to appreciate the commentators? Hazard, we appreciate you too. You've been the MVP of the show. You the viewers, are the MVPs of the show. I mean, you've made this worthwhile for us, and we appreciate you right back. And he said, speaking of Cora, she does not deserve the hate. She faced more difficult villains than Ang and no one can change your mind. I mean, a lot of people agree with you, Hazard, Niger, but I'm not one of them.
Yeah, I'm not one of them as well. I must say the only villain that she's faced that was probably on par with Uza would be Amon, in my opinion, and because Amon will probably solo everybody in the Avatar universe. But props to her as well. Yeah, it's not easy to go up against the Red Lotus. Four these are four really strong opponents, and that's who she went up against. But well, that's by the way. We're looking for the next game. Richie against Indabuski, and that game is it's a battle. On Indabuski's part, it's a battle because Richie has nothing to play for. Like I said, this guy is already relegated, but he wants to get someone down with him, and it should actually be crazy if the person that he drags down with him is someone of Indabuski's caliber.
You know, the truth is that this matchup should actually be a decent matchup. You know, this is someone that came down from the pro league. I'm talking about Richie, and Indaboski is a legend in the game. I mean, this should be a classic matchup, but it's hard to see that both of them are battling. You know, they're trying to get out of the relegation places.
Yeah, both of them are trying to get out of relegation places, but I feel Richie's fate is already decided. He has just this is his final game, and he's currently on like 9 or 10 points. Doesn't matter how many goals he scores. He might decide to win this game by 20 goals, and it won't even matter because he's already relegated. And like we said earlier, it's quite sad because this guy, from the start, big things, big dreams. From the RSPL, he showed the quality, and we're expecting that maybe if he gets to the RSDL after him getting relegated, he'll probably get his groove back and be able to climb his way back into the RSPL and maybe even into the Elite League.
Well, one person that sure will be disappointed with Richie's relegation would definitely be Vicky, our on-site manager here in the studios. She has been a vocal Richie supporter from the beginning. I mean, whoever the women support, I think I've noticed the pattern. All the players that have been supported by the women in the studio have, been playing terribly.
Well, could you say that they are a distraction?
I mean, they could be distractions, but I see I see the same pattern with Mr. Morale and Milia. Milia has been a vocal supporter of Mr. Morale, but Mr. Morale has struggled all through the league. And another person that has had a female supporter from the studio has been Richie. I mean, Vicky has been supporting Richie, but Richie, what can I say?
Well, really disappointing from Richie. But if I can go down, I should have people accompany me there, and I would do that. Well, Indabuski, on the other hand, will be looking to see if he can get a win because he's been having ups and downs. He's been kind of shaky this season in the RSDL, and he knows his quality. He knows that I'm one of the big names. I'm one of the names that has gone around the gaming community. I'm one of the players many new cards look up to, and that should be able to make them proud. I'm sure he has lots of fans who are actually watching this fixture.
Yeah, him is actually, I just remembered something. I interviewed Indaboski in the very first week, and he said, I quote, he said, I am here to show them why I am called Indaboski. And so far, he has really shown us why he's called Indaboski. Maybe his powers has faded, maybe his powers have waned, and maybe he has not been able to tap in to release his Abido Shaker or Dabush Kabash. But Indaboski has been terrible. I mean, he's had a nightmare run this season. And the last matches he has, I hope he finds a way to claw his way to the Pro League.
He would really hope that he can claw his way because it will be disappointing. Not from the aspect of him getting relegated. I'm sure lots of talks will be going around. A lot of his fans and a lot of his friends will probably be trolling him because you claim to be one of the best, but you went and you shit your pants on the biggest stage, and that's not what he wants. That's not. You don't want that kind of narrative. You don't want that kind of narrative, and he will look to lock in properly in this game against Richie to see maybe if he can start his comeback into the RSPL. Well, he has not been there before, but I'm just saying if he can start his comeback way up to the top of the table.
Well, let's see. That remains to be seen what can happen today with Richie looking at taking someone down with him. I mean, he's he's like, I can't go down alone, and he definitely wouldn't want to go down alone. I am sure Richie has come today to make sure that he doesn't relegate alone. So Indaboski may be his latest victim, but the predictions are shifting in Indaboski's favor, with a section of the fans claiming that this is an easy matchup for Richie, and we are on the way already. Indaboski sticking with his France, and Richie has stuck with Norway from the beginning of the tournament up until this point. His favorite black on black Norwegian jersey so far, and he has an opportunity to score.
Well, for one, these two teams faced themselves in the World Cup yesterday, and France came out victorious with a 4-1 win. Indaboski, we really hope that he can replicate that against Richie. Richie, say he's not fighting for anything and just spoil the party. And talking about spoiling the parties there, that shot by Solot was just wide off the post. That would have been a real huge scare there for Indaboski. But like they say, he who fights and runs lives to fight another day, and there he just escaped going down in the first 10 minutes.
That matchup, France against Norway yesterday, sparked a lot of reactions online, with some sections of the fans claiming that the Norwegian side feel that they are B team against France, just to, hurt Senegal or whatever. But I was really disappointed with that lineup. If you ask me, that wasn't the kind of lineup I expected them to put up against put up against France. And then the fans are coming for your skin, Himzaz. But this is not about the avatar. This is about the RSDL right now, the Division 2 league going on. And we are not looking at Cora right now. We're looking at Indaboski. We're not looking at Ang. We're looking at Richie. The battle of according to the fans, the battle of the mids, which is something I cannot wrap my head around, because Indaboski is undoubtedly a legend in the game, and Richie has proven time and time again that he is a legend killer.
Well, can Indaboski be added to the list of legends taken down by Richie? But this one is not just being taken down, because he can actually take him down literally, not just like losing this game. He can literally drag him down. Well, Indaboski a bit too cautious in this first half, and he'll be looking to see if he can get something out of it. And he could see some creeps passing there, and Aklius with the ball. He finds Mbappe in the box, and just before he was able to unleash the shot, the Norwegian defender got in space, and now Richie on the counter with Erling Haaland. Haaland is one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he was just an inch offside.
Heartbreaking there for Richie. He would have wanted to draw first blood in the 25th minute. But the second referee... Oh, this is a beautiful opportunity for Indaboski. Snuffed out there.
Well, 30 minutes on, and we are yet to see a goal from both teams or from both players. Well, that could change soon. Is he onside? But no, he wasn't. I feel Indaboski is being a bit too cautious here. Richie, he knows he can go all out and nothing is going to happen. But Indaboski needs this win more than Richie does, and he's looking to be a bit cautious. But for how long? Because Erling Haaland was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and Richie just shot the ball straight at the goalkeeper there. Indaboski, that was a huge scare for him. So he wouldn't really mind. And there again, offside. That's what I'm talking about.
Offside traps are really, working to great effect for Richie. So far, many French players have strayed offside in the opening half of this match. Oh, beautiful passing there by Richie. Oh, shot blocked.
Well, that was a huge chance there for Richie to get ahead in this game. But Indaboski seems to French defense have unlocked new styles of defending, because Indaboski's defense hasn't been this strong since the RSDL began. But today, surprisingly, it has been a bit too strong for Richie's attack. Richie, the kind of guy to have that free-flowing attack, the kind of guy that everyone he can testify of how good his attack is. Well, today it doesn't seem to be that day. Richie was on the attack, but once again, Indaboski was just able to get the ball off him.
Drew Daniel there with a question: did Indaboski not start his Dembele? By this time yesterday, Dembele was already on a hat trick. Maybe he started his Dembele, but the difference is the controller. The Dembele could as well be on a hat trick today, but the controller has not, done enough for Dembele to deserve that hat trick. And that is the midway point of the game.
Well, that's the end of the first half. Indaboski, Richie is still goalless at this point. Both players will be looking to see if they can get a goal in the second half. This is the first time we have seen. I think this is the first time we've seen a Richie game actually go goalless in the first half because. But at this point, we've seen 0 goals from both players, and that's not exactly what you'd have expected coming into the RSDL today. But the second half is still yet to be played, and I'm sure Indaboski knows what he needs to do to be able to get a win in this game against Richie.
I think I hope so actually, but Richie's already scheming. I think he wants to change his controller there.
Well, I can see your comment saying Indaboski to win this game 3-2 from Drew Daniel. Hazard Manza saying Indaboski to lose to Richie 2-4. But at this point, 0 goals from both players, and we're at the end of the first half, so I don't really know how possible that is.
The goal margins.
Yeah, the goal margins.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised. Both players might decide to go all out in the second half and probably get something away from these fixtures. You can still drop your prediction. You can actually still change your prediction if you think your first prediction isn't one's going to come true for both players.
Let's really talk about the table dynamics as it stands. Every result alters the table totally.
Yeah, every result alters it. And as things stand, Eldorado already dropped points to Bruce. Would you say Bruce gained points from Eldorado in that situation?
Yeah, I mean, two truths can exist.
Well, but I must say Bruce actually needed that point more, and he was able to get away with a draw against Eldorado, and that means he needs a couple of results to go in his favor for him to be able to avoid relegation and get himself into the RSPL next season. You know, this guy was hailed as one of the rising stars in the University of Port Harcourt, but in the knockout stages, we saw this guy and was like, wow, maybe he's going to live up to the name in the RSDL. But ever since we flipped the switch to the RSDL, it's not been going too good for him. And now he's battling relegation, and we'll look to see maybe if he can get something out of the results of other players, because, you know, it's a really, really tough spot to be when your fate rests on the players of the outcomes of other games.
Yes, terrible place to be. If you cannot even decide your own fate and you need other people's results, you need to start punching your calculator. That is not a place where any athlete would want to be. But unfortunately, that's where Richie is at right now, and a couple of other players as well. In fact, any player from the 7th position or from the 5th position should be punching their calculators right now, because the outcome or where they stand at the end of the season would totally depend on the outcome of other games.
Well, there's one player who I feel is kind of safe. He's already done all the hard work, and that guy is Roland. You know, Roland was battling relegation, but he decided, you know what they call a generational lock-in. This guy locked in a way I've never seen, and took down many giants in the way, and was able to be, you can say he's actually safe. I feel he's already gotten his spot in the RSPL for me. He's a bit safe he's gotten a spot into the RSPL, and I must give him his props. That guy, he seemed like it was about to go down, but then, you know, that meme of a player sitting up while holding the gamepad, that was basically what Roland did. And now he's already gotten his slot in the RSPL next season. 60 minutes on, and we are yet to see a goal in this game.
Could this game end this way? Most likely, it's very possible, because both players are increasingly becoming, you know, playing out of the strategy. Indaboski trying to be really careful. Richie, on the other hand, desperately looking for a goal to make sure Indaboski goes down with him. How would this matchup end?
Indaboski, he knows he needs this win more than ever. He needs this win, and he'll be looking to get there with a shot there by Akliuch. You know, we've not really seen much of this guy in the World Cup so far. And the fact that he's actually a really, really quality player, but for some reason, you know, that French attack is so stacked, and Akliuch and even the likes of Czechia haven't really received game time. But Indaboski has decided to opt for him in this fixture, and for me, he's been one of the better players for France in this game. He's been behind every single attack the French national team have been trying to put forward, and that goal is still yet to come. Maybe he might be the player to actually get the goal there, and that was offside trap gone wrong, and Kylian Mbappe one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And Indaboski has finally gotten the lead. Is this the Indaboski that we know? Is this the Indaboski that we expected to turn up into the RSDL? Well, we're about to find out on the final match day. Can this guy finally gain promotion into the RSPL and play where the big boys play?
No, actually, this has been disappointing for some sections of the fans because they expected this to be an absolute goal fest, with Richie being a player that's offside. Richie being a player that is known for his goal-scoring prowess, and Indaboski being a veteran in the game. But so far, the game has not lived up to the expectations, and some sections of the fans think that that was a careless miss by Richie. Some sections of the fans feel that Indaboski is not doing enough, or maybe the both players are not doing enough to be here.
Yeah, that was offside there from Indaboski. You could see the crossfield ball looking to release his winger. Can Richie seem to get an equalizer? But Indaboski is defending pretty well in this game, and now we're looking to see if he can extend his lead. He's currently leading this game by 1 goal, and now he has Akliuch who finds Mbappe. Mbappe one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and of course Kylian Mbappe got the shot off, but then again Nyland was just positioned perfectly, and now Richie will be looking to counter, turning defense to attack. Can he do that? No, but Upamecano just bringing out his feet, or rather that was Konate just passing the ball back to the French goalkeeper. So that was a huge chance there for Indaboski to increase the lead in this game. And now that's offside trap gone wrong, and this time again Akliuch, can he get past again? But no, he wasn't. This game is not, we expected goals in this game, but unfortunately for us, we've seen just 1 goal.
Yes, it has turned out to be one of the game with the lowest score line since the league started, you know, and then I can see a comment from Ven16 saying he wants to play the winner of the league in FUT. Well, there's a couple players there's a couple. I think that's Venom there. Venom.
Yeah.
Venom got relegated from the Pro League last season, but somehow he wants to play the winner of the league in FUT. Venom, I think you can link up with 1A1 and just play that. I'm not sure if I don't know if you've gotten your gaming gloves back on, because you were really disappointing in the Pro League last season. But
he was on par with let's say Mr. Morales, the Venom of the RSDL. Coming into the RSDL, many players were expecting, rather into the RSPL, many players were expecting that Venom was going to be one of the players fighting for the top spot. But unfortunately for him, he finished second to the last, and actually, or rather, he finished at the bottom of the table and actually dropped down. But he just dropped and disappeared. Let's put it that way, because he didn't play the RSDL. But just kind of disappointing from the young man Venom, because this guy is his attacking power is something that every player knows how good he is. Well, this next fixture is a very tricky one. Shocker against Bright.
The final before the final.
Yeah, definitely the final before the final, because if Shocker happens to win this game, it is wraps.
Yes.
And on the other hand, Bright is looking to avoid relegation, so he can't say I'm already safe. I can probably just throw this game. He needs the win as well, so he definitely will go all out against Shocker. But then again, how well can you defend against this guy's attack?
I mean, I think Shocker has the second best attack in the league, and Bright is in for it because I mean, Bright is trying to avoid relegation. He's trying to avoid being kicked out. He wants to make it to the Pro League. And Shocker, for one thing, is sure. Shocker already has a slot in the Pro League. The only thing he wants to ensure right now would be that he wins the trophy. And big game for both players. With one player trying to avoid relegation, the other player trying to just win it before the clock strikes 12.
You know, this guy said, "I'm winning this league undefeated." Well, even if he happens to win it, he would really love to win it on without being beaten.
Yes.
But there could actually be a change because his final game today is against the man who sits at the second spot in Colded Snow.
With the best attack.
Yeah, actually, with the best attack. And we know what happened the last time a player with the best attack faced the champion. You could spit it that way. That was in PJ versus Dexter in the RSPL. And I don't want to remind you of that scoreline. Dexter couldn't believe his eyes in that particular game. It seemed like every time PJ went forward, a goal was about to pop out of nowhere. And that's exactly what happened in that game. Colded Snow will be looking and watching closely and praying that Bright can actually defeat Shocker in this game because that then throws the league wide open. But Shocker, on the other hand, he wants to wrap the league up early because he knows his next opponent is the Iceman himself, Colded Snow. That guy, a very, very threatening attack. This guy actually scored about 18 goals in 3 games at a point in the league, and that was when everyone was like singing Colded Snow's praises.
He put everyone on notice. He really
Everyone
put everyone
on
on
notice.
notice. But right now, can we say that Shocker has this game in his hands? Can we say he has this game in the bag? No, not exactly, because Bright is also known to be a surprise package. He could beat anybody. He could just sneak up, those crazy sneak up attacks and just win something. But for the first time in a long time, the public is going with a Shocker win. Shocker in first position has gotten 70% of the public winning prediction votes, and Bright, the underdog, in 8th position is he's gotten like 30% of the public prediction votes. Shocker has played 11 matches rather, won 9 of those and drawn 2, no losses. Bright, on the other hand, has played 11 matches and has only managed to win 5.
Well, I would love to know your predictions, and I can already see them here. Drew Daniel saying Shocker to win this game 4-1. And another comment there saying I'm Team Bright. I would love to see Shocker and Colded Snow battle it out in the final game of the season. Well, I can tell you that everyone loves a bit of drama.
Yes.
Well, we are on the way, Bright, in the Portuguese red kit, and of course, Shocker. This man has been using England right from the start. Bright, surprisingly, has switched from Brazil to Portugal.
Maybe he wants the Ronaldo effect.
Maybe Portugal's performance against Uzbekistan kind of made him do that. But well, can he perform like that against Shocker? What a nasty goal there from Shocker. You could see Bryce shifted his goalkeeper, and Shocker does some cheeky ball, and the goalkeeper was rooted to his spot, and Shocker has gotten the lead.
This kind of goals tend to discombobulate the opponents. I mean, how do you even start defending that ball? And so early in the game, in the 8th minute, Shocker has gone up. You can see Bright is looking confused. He doesn't know how he would, start to get back in this game, because one thing you don't want to do is to, lose an early, give Shocker an early lead rather, because he'll punish you. He punishes everyone. That's an offside for Bright.
I'm going down 10 minutes, the first 10 minutes against someone like Shocker. It's already demoralizing. As much as demoralizing as it is, it can actually get worse, because conceding early is not good for anyone, but conceding early against someone like Shocker is bad for everyone. Shocker again, 13 minutes in, and Rashford once again, at this time, you could say you can start inscribing Shocker's name on that league title.
He doesn't want to leave it late. He just wants to get on with it, get that trophy before the match day ends. That is how brutal Shocker is. Does Bright actually stand a chance? Can Bright even pull one goal back? That remains to be seen.
Bright at this point he would just hope at least he can score those goals. There's still lots of time in this game, lots of time for him to actually go more goals behind, or lots of time for him to see if he can get an equalizer and get something out of this game. And he'll be looking to capitalize on the amount of time he has. He's on the attack now. Tries to find Down Neves, but Neves was just bodied off the ball. Shocker, who happened to lose the ball, has gotten it back once again and is immediately on the counter. But then again, that Portuguese high line was just in place, but Bright has given away the ball to Shocker. He has Ivan Toney, and Toney, he gets in the box, shot is straight at the goalkeeper. And Bright would be really, really happy not to go 3 goals down in the first 20 minutes.
That in itself is an achievement for Bright, because Shocker has been asking all the questions in the 24th minute so far, and Shocker is already 2 goals up and still looking to score more goals against a very stunned Bright that, he's running out of ideas. He's actually run out of ideas. That was another opportunity by Bukayo Saka, blown it wide.
Well, that was a really huge that was a really huge miss there for Shocker, but I must commend the play there. The passing to get his player in that position is not something we see every day, but he was able to do that. And unfortunately for him, he wasn't able to bury the ball in the back of the net. But Bright was looking to see if he can get a goal back, but no. Shocker's defense has been a bit too strong, and now Shocker is on the counter, and he finds Saka. And of course, that was a really, really huge chance, but a sliding tackle, a last-ditch tackle, has kept the game still by 2 goals.
That tackle reminded me a lot of Roland, one of the the masters of the sliding tackle in this tournament. He doesn't care if you're in the box. He comes in with that sliding tackle, and 95% of the time he doesn't miss.
Well, Bright taking a trick out of Roland's playbook there to activate that slide tackle option, and it finally came out clean. 35 minutes on the clock. Shocker still in the lead, 2-0, and now Bright will be looking to counter. He has Trincao down the flank, and now O'Reilly, the Manchester City academy boy, just a bit too strong for Trincao, who plays for Benfica currently. And that there is offside, and Bright finally has a chance to actually build up with the ball again. Now Trincao, who was once an FC Barcelona player, looking to see if he can get something special in this game, and now that's a pass to them. Wow, everyone was expecting the cutback there, but Bright had other options, rooting the ball into the top of the net. And I'm sure Coach Snow would really hope that he can actually go and sit down by Bright and give him some coaching tips. But well, Shocker is in the box and he hits the post, and it is out for a goal kick.
Definitely should have been goal number 3 for Shocker, but
will you say Shocker is the kind of player to real miss chances?
Well, not really. Shocker doesn't miss a lot of chances. So when he misses one, it's just chance. Oh, this is another counter-attacking opportunity. Cristiano Ronaldo. What's that?
Wow, that was a huge save there. I'm sure Coach Snow would have really hoped that he could help Bruno Fernandes in putting that ball into the back of the net. Unfortunately, that wasn't what happened. Shocker or Bright looking to see if he can get a goal before the halftime whistle. But the halftime whistle is here. Shocker still in the lead, but then again, it's been a really, really close game. Shocker has had the chance to actually go ahead by more margins, and he will just look to do that against with Rashford. But another save there from Diogo Costa. But then again, he's giving the ball away, and Bright trying to defend deep to see if he can get something out of this game, if he can get another goal to get this game level. Shocker, on the other hand, looking to see if he can add more goals to be in a safer spot.
Diogo Costa, definitely my man of the match so far in this game. The Portugal goalkeeper has kept out. Oh! Off the post again, but this time Kane was there for the follow-up to make it 3-1. The Duru Daniel prediction is very much alive.
You heard it there. The Duru Daniel prediction is very much alive. Shocker has just added another goal, and now it is 3-1. Now it looks like it's game over, in my opinion. I don't know.
As things stand, it's game over. From the looks of it, it is game over. But can Bright really pull up something out of his heart? Beautiful 1-2 gameplay. Ooh, another opportunity for Bright.
That's
offside.
Well, I feel his build-up play has been actually really pretty decent, but that final pass has just been lacking, and that's what divides the good players from the great players. Because there you see that final pass. Talking about final passes, that through ball just in behind the Portuguese defense, and of course Bukayo Saka into the top corner. And at this point, you can say we already have the RSDL champion in Shocker. This guy, right from the start of the league, he already said, I'm winning this league unbeaten. And so far, he's been living up to that because he hasn't lost a single game in the RSDL this season. He's dropped points just once, or twice in the RSDL this season. Those two games happen to be draws, yes?
Yes.
One against Mr. Morale and one against Richie. Could he make it the 5-star performance? And Saka!
Daniel will be hoping the scoreline stays this way, so his prediction can be a winning prediction. But Shocker obviously has other plans, trying to increase the winning margin. By now, offside for Bright.
4-1, and at this point, the RSDL Rising Star is just playing because he has to. He's trying out those tricks around the box. Maybe he can score probably the goal of the RSDL. We've already seen him score some crazy amount of goals. And that notable one against 1A1 that got him the win in the 4-3 debacle, or the 4-3 clash between he and 1A1. Now he'll be looking to see if he can add more beautiful goals to his catalogue. And there, Bright will hit the post. And he's just playing. Bright is actually at risk of getting relegated at this point.
You know, that post crossbar woodwork hitting. This is the third time this game. Shocker had his balls returned by the woodwork twice, and Bright has just experienced. That was the beautiful shot.
Wow. That came out of nowhere. And now Bright is just 2 goals behind. 77 minutes on the clock, but I feel it's already too late. I don't know.
Yeah, it's late, but maybe not too late. Right now, another mistake by Shocker, and Bright could get to pull one back.
Well, Bright will be looking to pull one back to see if he can actually do Cold Snow a huge favor. And now he's on the counter once again. He finds Cristiano, and Ronaldo. Can he get past a defender? For the experience of Shocker, not falling for the fake shot there. And now Shocker has gifted the ball again to Trincao, who finds João Neves and Cristiano. Back to Cristiano, but then again, like I said, the experience of this English defense is just a bit too much for the Portuguese. And now Shocker opting for game management. Shocker about to be crowned the RSDL champion. Shocker, like his name implies, sending shockwaves down every opponent he's faced. Shocker will be looking to not see this game out. He's looking to go unbeaten in the league this season. He's the kind of guy that will talk and also walk the talk. Wow! Bright has gotten another goal.
Is there still time for Bright?
Of course, we all love drama. Does Bright have it in him to be able to get another goal and bring this game level? Or would Shocker look to just game manage? And that's exactly what he's doing. And we have the Rising Star. We have the RSDL champion. We have the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend. We have Soccer Bright on the receiving end this time around, getting those shockwaves sent through him. Well, congratulations to this guy. Congratulations to Soccer. But then again, now the question is, can he win it unbeaten?
I mean, never. It was never in doubt that Shocker would win this league, even from the second game week. But now the big question on everybody's lips is, will he win it unbeaten? And right now, we already know who is in the pole position for qualification to the Pro League and who has won it all. But what is left, the next question on our lips right now is, who will follow him to the Pro League?
I feel a lot of players that already you could say are in the safe zone. The likes of 1A1, the likes of Codes, Noel Dorado, Roland, and even to an extent Chuku Chuku. I feel those guys are kind of safe and will probably get themselves a spot in the RSPL next season. But then again, Bright, who it seems safe for him. But then again, the magic of the RSDL, like you say, the magic of the RSL happened, and that guy has fallen short, and we'll be looking to see if he can build up, get something. You know, it's something the loss against Soccer does to you. We'll hope to see that Bright can actually not let that loss affect him so much.
The magic of the RSL is very much in play. You could be the best player and still not qualify. That is the magic of the RSL. You may be among one of the worst players and still find yourself in the Pro League next season because the RSL doesn't really care. You know, what you give is what you get, and you could get lucky.
Well, I see some comments here saying is the league done mathematically? Yes, with that win against Bright, Shocker has been crowned the RSDL champion. Drew Daniel saying Shocker did it unbeaten. He has one more game against the Iceman, against Coder Snow. Later, that will be the final fixture of this match day. Can Shocker actually win it unbeaten against the man who has the most brutal attack we've seen in the RSDL so far? He will look to see if he can get that win against Coder Snow.
I personally think at this point, Coder Snow will play for Pride because he knows that regardless of the outcome, the win as the league has already been secured by Shocker. But our next game is between Larry and 1A1. Two players, two very decent players. Larry would want to consolidate his position, you know, in the top half of the table, and 1A1, of course, would definitely want to be sure that his feet are firmly rooted, in the Pro League.
Yeah, Larry coming into this RSDL. He said this is my first ever tournament, and this guy has actually put up performances worth watching. He's stunned the likes of El Dorado, the likes of Chuku Chuku as well, and I feel he deserves to be in the RSPL next season. He's someone that lots of players, most people didn't know this guy coming into the RSDL, but he's gotten himself lots and lots of fans, and with the kind of performances he's put up, he's brought himself lots of fans, and we really hope to build on that next season in the RSPL.
Larry has been a revelation, but I want to see what he can do against the player lock king 1A1. 1A1's player lock strategy has been the talk of the whole season. Everybody seems to be talking about it. I mean, everybody seems to. This guy plays on a different level, and it would be wonderful to see how he can perform against the man that is now called Larry Anders.
Yeah. Yeah, Larry has a lot of co-sign from the big boys. A lot of players in the elite league actually they co-sign this guy. There's a reason it's called Larry Anders. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about the big names. He just wants to play. He just wants to get that win. And you could understand why the likes of Dexter, the likes of Doom have been actively supporting him so far in the RSDL. I feel it's kind of safe so far, and he's already booked his spot in the RSPL next season. But can he get past this guy in 1A1?
Okay. I think he has 2 more games left. Talking about Shocker there. Larry Anders up against 1A1 is our very next game.
Well, I see a comment from Hazard Ninja saying, it is not done. Look at it. If Chooks and Coders beat him and 1A1 wins all his games, 1A1 wins. Unfortunately, Shocker and Chooks have actually played early on, and that was the first game of both their first match. Chuku against Shocker, in which Shocker won the game 3-1. And now it's mathematically over. But I feel that unbeaten streak is still under threat by Coders Snow. Because that guy, he doesn't want, he said, I know he at the point he said, I'm winning this league, don't worry. You guys should watch out for me. Unfortunately, he couldn't do that, but we should still watch out for him.
Yeah, I think the loss system at the start of the season did him dirty. I mean, if he had not lost those back-to-back games at the start of the season, he would have been really fighting for that trophy, because what did Shocker the favor was that from the beginning of the season he didn't lose a game, right? He just kept stacking those wins, and even the draws that came in, kind of slowed him down a bit. But the most important thing is don't lose. Don't lose.
Yeah, and these players will be looking to not lose in this particular fixture. Well, if I remind you, we are on the way in this game, but before that, 1A1, this guy he just took the game by the scruff of the neck, and within 3 minutes he's already gotten himself a goal. Wow. This guy, I feel he's on par with some of the best players, some of the players in the elite league, I must say.
Yes.
This 1A1. I think once it comes to that foot champs, this guy is going to be a menace in the league. I really see him being a menace. He's probably the only player that actually gave Shocker a run for his money alongside Mr. Morale. So I feel he deserves to be among those big boys. He needs to play against the likes of Dexter, Doom, and PJ. We've seen him play PJ once, and he won that game 4-3.
We've seen him play Farouk Manzo.
Yeah, as well. And so a close game as well. Farouk winning that game 6-3. That just goes to show you how much of quality this guy has in him. He's bringing that exact quality into the RSDL this season. He gave us one of the best games of the tournament against Shocker, and now he's in the lead against Larry Anders, like a lot of people say.
One beautiful thing about 1A1's game is that he is one of the very few players that have chosen African nations as their teams. One of the other player that did that was Chuku, who decided to stick with Ivory Coast, the Ivory Coast national team as his team of choice. And Shocker, 1A1 rather, has been playing with Senegal from the start of the season, and it's beautiful to see that he stuck with his African roots.
Well, you heard that this guy, he decided to stick with his African roots. Well, can those African roots help him here? Larry having a chance to actually get an equalizer in this game, but that was a huge save from Eduardo Mendy. Larry still has the ball with Bruno Fernandes, who tries to play in Cristiano, but there, Senegalese defense is just a bit too strong, and now Larry gets the ball back once again. Cristiano on the ball, looking to find Rafael Leao, but that's a free kick, and it's a free kick in a really, really dangerous position. You can see the stance from Cristiano. He played it over, and it hits the wall. That looked like it was going in.
Looked like it was going on for real.
Corner is taking short. Pedro Neto finds Bruno Fernandes, who finds Vitinha. Shot is blocked, and 1A1 has decided to counter-attack. You can see the player locked there on Sadio Mane. You see him triggering lots of runs. I'm going. What a beautiful piece of play there.
Never in doubt. This man plays some of the most beautiful, gaming we've seen in the league. Beautiful player locks, beautiful passing, beautiful triggers, and beautiful goals, of course.
Wow, that goal was a really, really, I can't just explain it. You see, that triggered run looked like a decoy run at the point, but then again, he just waited for him to get close to the defensive line and release a true pass, one-on-one in open space, and of course 1A1 was able to bury that, and now He's up 2 goals in this game. I'll be looking to add to that. And Sadio Mane! 1-1. This guy is indeed 1 of 1. 3 goals up against Larry. And it should actually become like a training session for him at this point. Because every time he's attacking, the goals keep pouring out. It's raining goals in the first half. And that's courtesy of 1-1, who's looking to counter-attack once again with Ismail Assar. Sides in the box. What does Assar do? Tries the roulette, but just did it into the feet of Inacio. And Larry is able to get that ball away and is trying to see if he can counter on this other end. See there, 1-1 defending pretty well. But again, Cristiano who gets the ball. And Cristiano into the top corner. 4 goals in this first half. 3 goals for Larry and 1 goal. Or rather, 3 goals for 1-1 and 1 goal for Larry. I tell you, it's going to be a rain of goals at this point. First half, I've already seen 4 goals and it doesn't look like it is ending anytime soon. Larry on the other end, taking the ball from 1-1 and trying to see if he can counter-attack. And he has Rafael Leao in the box, but Rafael Leao tried a scoop fake shot there, but just ran into Senegalese player. And that true pass there to Ismail Assar, who is onside. And 1-1! Oh my goodness! You could see a couple of fake shots, hoping to wait if Larry would actually bring out his goalkeeper. Then again, the experience of 1-1 just came in clutch. This guy, he is something special. This guy, he deserves to be in the elite league, in my opinion. He's showing he has everything to be among the big boys this season. He's put up really goat-worthy performances. He's giving us great gameplays. And that most notable one against Shocker, it was a 4-3 loss, but everything about this guy, everything he touches seemed to turn to gold. And unfortunately for him, that wasn't enough to get himself the RSDL title. But I must say, this guy is something special. He's a name that everyone needs to watch out for. He's one of the best players in River State at this point, and must give him the props because he's in the lead, 4 goals to 1. Well, we are on the way in this second half. 1-1 currently leads this game 4 goals to 1. Would this be the first time this guy, you can see even his reaction after getting the 4th goal, he was basically emotionless because this guy said, I lost to Shocker and I've already lost the league. There's basically nothing I'm playing for except for sportsmanship. So that's why I feel he's just played at this point. But the fact that he has nothing to play for but has still been really playing really good is something I must actually commend.
Yes, 1-1 is one of the most decent players this season. You know, sportsmanship, gameplay and all that. Beautiful triggered run. This is becoming a destruction. Larry Anders just doesn't know how to stop 1-1 anymore.
See, there's this particular trigger run I've always seen from 1-1 that leaves him in open space. And once the 1-1 is one-on-one with your goalkeeper, there can only be one answer. And we've seen that, and we've seen this goal being replayed about like 4 or 5 times because it's basically almost the same goal this guy has scored every time against Larry. Larry still doesn't have any solution to defending that. I'll be looking to see if he can get one before this game actually gets out of hand and becomes a total blowout.
We hope to see that 1-1 not slowing down. Larry's still, probing and still looking for goals of his own, but 1-1 defends beautifully as well. And now you can see trying to play that pass across, but that was intercepted by Larry's defenders.
I see a comment here from Hazard Manager saying whoever taught 1-1 to include directional runs with his player locks needs to be blessed by God. Well, I'm sure a lot of people would agree because his directional runs in this game have been so on point, and it's gotten him about 3 goals so far in this fixture, and it could actually get him more if he does seems to play his cards right.
Of course, 1-1 is one player that will always experiment. I mean, the directional runs are crazy, and this is the first time through ball masterclass. This is one of our players in the elite league is giving props to 1A1. This is beautiful gameplay. 1A1 plays some very decent. That was a beautiful goal there for Larry too.
You see, a lot of I'm sure one was actually expecting Larry to cut the ball back there, but Larry was like, no, I have the ability to finesse from this position, and he just went for it, and he's gotten himself another goal in this game.
Yes, you cannot really count Larry out. I mean, the goals will come from Larry, of course. No matter how tight your defense is, Larry will try to get some goals of his own, trying to get goal number 3 there, but that was a weak shot, and the Senegalese goalkeeper just picked it up. Sends the pass to Gueye. Gueye passes to Ndiaye. Oh, that was a roulette, but blocked. Neto finds Bruno Fernandes. Vitinha, Neves. Beautiful passing there. Oh, finds Leao. Leao breaks it. That's an offside.
75 minutes on the clock, 5 goes to 2. At this point, it's already wrapped because I feel 1A1 has already come away with this win. We'll just be looking to see if he can add more goals, try more silky skill moves to entertain his fans who are watching out there, and just play to find out where he actually will positioned on the table at the end of this league season. He still has a chance to actually finish second in the RSDL this season, and he'll be looking forward to that. And he's already started on that kind of groove because he's currently in the lead against Larry. 5 goes to 2, 80 minutes on, and 1A1 is in total control of this game.
Yes, this is the game management from the middle of the park. What is he trying to do? Oh, beautiful skill moves there, but intercepted again by Larry's Portugal. Leao finds Ronaldo now. Finds Neves. Neves back to Ronaldo. That's a silky pass. Ronaldo! Can he shoot? Neves now. That is beautiful passing at the edge of the box for Larry, but intercepted, of course, by 1A1.
Yeah, in my opinion, this guy, 1A1, in the Rivers versus Bayelsa non-gender derby, I feel he should be one of the players actually representing Rivers State, because every performance this guy has put up has been goat-worthy. I'm not just saying it for I'm saying sake. Everything about this guy's gameplay, and now that he's actually added directional runs to everything he knows, wow, he's actually a contender for one of the best players in Rivers State.
Why do I have a feeling that you're seeing that out of the place that you personally like this guy's gameplay? But there's no denying the fact that 1A1 is a very, very decent player. He is top rated, really top rated. I think he will hold his own against the big boys in the elite league. And of course, 1A1 is one player that deserves to actually make it all the way to the elite league. And I can't wait to see him there.
Well, he's already booked his spot in the RSPL next season. He actually came for the RSPL qualification, and he couldn't get in because he was in the group of the likes of PJ, Venom, and 11, and sadly he crashed out there. But now he's finally gotten a chance to get his spot in the RSPL, and he's taking it by the scruff of the neck. This guy has just won this game 5 goals to 2, and his next opponent should be weary because he doesn't stop anytime soon.
It won't stop. I mean, he is gunning for that second place finish, just behind Shocker. So 1A1 would leave everything on the table when the next match rolls around. It's been crazy gameplay so far. Some of the matches have gone in ways that we did not expect. Look, we had one of the lowest scoring matches so far. Yeah. It was a 1-0 win, and we expected much from that because look at Richie as a player. He's a goal-scoring player. And look at Indaboski. This is the legend of the game. But some of the fans felt really bored. I mean, somebody said he was bored of the whole gameplay and all that. But I mean, that was not what I expected. But the 1A1 game versus Larry has been an absolute delight. You can see the goals flying from both corners, from both angles, and beautiful gameplay from 1A1. Give the props to him. He is a decent player. And we have 7 more matches to go to crown we already have no disrespect to Shocker, we already have the king of the division, but we want to, make a list of the people that will make it to the Pro League with him.
We already have a couple of names that have made the Pro League, and I must say, I know it's a bit too early, but from the list of players who have already gotten to the Pro League, which other 5 players do you see getting to the Elite League?
Okay, right now, top of my head, I would say Cold Snow would make it to the Elite League. 1A1 will make it to the Elite League. That is a given. Let's look at.
Are you forgetting our champion?
No, of course, he will make it to the Elite League. Shocker is an express ticket to the Elite League. I mean, I don't see him. I don't see him coming. Going any lower than 3rd position in the Pro League, right? And I don't see him going below that. And that is an automatic qualification to the Elite League, of course. So I'm looking at Shocker, Cold Snow, 1A1, and let's just say.
Are you forgetting El Dorado, or you don't believe he has what it takes?
Well, I don't have any personal, whatever reservations about El Dorado, but El Dorado has actually flopped in the Pro League in the past, and I'm not putting a repeat of that beyond him. But of course, El Dorado is one very interesting player, and I believe he'd want to build on the mistakes of the past. So of course, El Dorado, yes, but I cannot also write off Roland. Roland is a player that is hungry.
You know how funny as it sounds, that guy actually has a chance to get into the Elite League because his style of play just destabilizes you, and once you give in to that chaotic style of football, you're bound to lose. You can't go counter for counter with this guy and come out victorious. It's something really rare to see, and we have lots and lots of people who have been victims of that. And I feel he will do really well in the Pro League if he locks in from the beginning. Yeah, he will actually do pretty well in the Pro League. Okay, and even in the Elite League, but he will actually do really well in the Elite League.
Yeah, of course. Want to shout out to our sponsors, Just Chops. So shout out to 43 Esports for packaging all of this together. I want to shout out to Nexel Gaming, of course, Esports Africa News. We want to shout out, of course, to Cape Esports for setting the example. And we want to shout out to you, the viewers. Very important. Not forgetting Game Aid for our maintenance and all that. And my favorite sponsor,
Just Chops.
So shout out to you, the viewers, for keeping it locked and staying with us these 5 weeks. Shout out to the players for giving their all. And of course, what more can I say?
The RSDL so far has been really, really, really something to behold, and I must say, even the viewers would agree, even the fans would agree, it has actually exceeded lots of expectations, and I can tell you from here, it's upwards, like it's just way upwards.
Yes.
Well, talking about upwards, the next event coming up is the King of the Ports, like on the mission to find the best player in the University of Port Harcourt, and which starts next week. Yeah, should be July 4th. This guy Bruce, I think he's a Uniport student, and coming into this RSDL, people were saying that he's one of the best players in Uniport.
Yeah. Same thing they said about 11.
11, he was one of the best, so you could say he still holds that title, but that title hasn't really saved him at this point because he crashed out in qualification stages to the RSDL. And
crashed out of the qualification stages of the RSPL as well.
Yeah, twice. But that taking nothing away from him, he's one of the very, very fine gamers in Port Harcourt City, and he knows that. But see, these guys have just been, they wanted it more, or they've just been a little step ahead every time he's faced, and he actually is always in the group of death.
His luck.
The first time he was in a group of PJ, Venom, and 1A1. Like, bro, the chances of qualification from that group is already very, very low. And the next time he was in a group of Shocker and Bruce. Well, you could say he's been really, really unlucky with the groupings every time it comes to the knockout stages, because he's been in the group of death not once but twice, and both times he's crashed out. He's the kind of player that I feel would have really done pretty well in the RSPL this season, in the RSDL rather this season.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have on our screens right now Chuku Chuku facing off against Venom, against Bruce, and that is a beautiful goal. Chuku Chuku has gone up. The man that just welcomed his baby You know, he said something about it the day his child was born. He said he lost that game to Larry because he was excited, the excitement of fatherhood. But now he is back to hand those beatings.
Yeah, he actually said it last week. He actually said, I was the euphoria of being a father
Yeah.
actually came over him, and he said, I'm not gonna lose to El Dorado today. And he actually defeated
He
El
didn't
Dorado,
lose.
yeah. And El Dorado should have wished him a happy Father's Day last week. I don't know if he actually did that because
For that beating.
he owed him at that point and gave him a father-worthy performance.
Oh, if this scoreline stays this way, unfortunately, Bruce may crash out of the tournament. But knowing Bruce, I know he would want to get a better result from what he had the last time.
Please let us know your thoughts and predictions about this game, the Chuku against Bruce. Who do you see winning this game? What do you think the scoreline is going to be? The stakes for this game are quite high. Bruce is on the verge of getting relegated, and Chuku is kind of safe, but he could actually still have a chance to get relegated. So what do you think the scoreline is going to be? What do you think? Who do you think is coming out on top? I would like to know in the comments below.
Well, we can start with our own predictions inside the studio. I think Bruce will just edge Chuku on this one. I mean, despite the fact that he's 1 goal down right now, Bruce may just come back and just get the win. But it remains to be seen because we're already in the 30th minute of gameplay, and Chuku is in the lead. Both players opted for the French national team, so it's Chuku in the traditional blue and white colors of France, and Bruce in the other away colors of France.
Yeah, Chuku currently in the lead against Bruce, and it doesn't seem like he wants to stop those goals from coming, because every time he gets the ball, he's immediately on the attack again. But this time, Bruce was the one on the attack, but that through pass was just a bit too long for his attacker, and Chuku was just able to get the ball back, and now he's looking to counter with Kylian Mbappe switching and turning in midfield, and that driven pass to the feet of Olise was just intercepted there by Theo Hernandez. On the other hand, Bruce is still looking to see if he can get a goal. The game has been kind of balanced for both players. As much as Chuku is attacking, Bruce is also attacking when he gets the ball, and it seems it's an evenly based game. Chuku happens to be in the lead, but I wouldn't really write Bruce off because he's the kind of guy that can actually get something out of games to write him off. An example, his first game today against El Dorado, he went behind twice. El Dorado scored the first goal, Bruce equalized, El Dorado scored the next, and Bruce equalized again. Then he went ahead twice, but then again El Dorado came back twice, and the game ended in a draw. And Chuku in the box, trying to see if he can extend his goal tally in this first half before halftime. But the final pass wasn't just there, and now Bruce will be looking to see if he can build up from the back. You can see Chuku's high press there, but the referee has kind of saved Bruce in that situation because he has blown for the halftime whistle. And straight away we'll be going into the second half. Let's see a comment here from Doom saying Chuks to win this game 4-3. It's currently just 1 goal. But I wouldn't write them off because these are the kind of guys that they can just start scoring anytime. 1 goal in the first half, and that could be added, but that was a huge save there from Mike Magnon. That was a beautiful piece of play there from Chuku, I must say. Well, he's taking the corner and he's taking it short. There's Kylian Mbappe who found Rabiot. Rabiot once again with the ball, trying to find that space to release that through ball. And he finally gets that space with Olise. Twists and turns in the box. Still twisting. And finally gets a chance to shoot. But then again, the volley from Kylian was just sent out for a corner. And again, Chuku has decided to take the corner short. He has Bradley Bakola down the flank. And here Rabiot. Bakola once again. We're looking to see if he can get himself in a finesse position. Bruce just follow him really closely. Adi Rabiot finds Bakola again. Bakola is in the box. Back to Rabiot. The edge of the box now. And he tries to play a first time through pass there to that attacker, but the ball was easily intercepted by Bruce. But then again, he doesn't see the space. He would have really wanted to get forward in the game because Chukwuchukwu is defending really properly. And again, Bruce has gifted the ball to Chukwuchukwu. 60 minutes on the clock, and we have just one goal so far in this game. Doomsday, this game is going to be end 4-3, but we haven't really seen any goals in this second half. Just seen just one goal, and it's about to be like a repeat of the Indaboski and Richie game.
I think both players are just being too careful at this point, being too respectful. I mean, Chooks understands that Bruce is a very dangerous player, and Bruce also knows the kind of quality that Chukwuchukwu comes with. So both of them are being too respectful. That was a chance by Chukwuchukwu. Both of them are being too respectful. They're trying not to make too many mistakes, because any mistake at this point could hurt both of them, could hurt anybody. So that is why they are trying to keep it level, try to make very few mistakes. Those they're not making those runs, they're not taking those crazy shots or making those passes. But it remains to be seen if the scoreline will stay this way. I sincerely hope not.
With the way Chukwuchukwu is playing, he seems like he might get another goal soon. But then again, Bruce is the kind of player who can work pretty well on the counter. So Chukwuchukwu might have all the possession, but Bruce having just that one chance to counter, and he can probably get a goal for himself.
Yes, of course. Bruce's quality has never been in doubt. He may not have performed at the peak of his powers this season, but he has shown us, flashes of brilliance in his gameplay. He has shown us glimpses of greatness, and I would have put it behind him or beyond him, to actually get something out of this game.
Well, it's just a one-goal deficit, so definitely he can probably get something out of the game.
Yes, of course.
Now Chukwuchukwu's at the edge of the box with Kylian Mbappe trying to finesse that into the top corner, but a wall of white shirts just deflected it, and the goalkeeper was able to collect that safely.
Bakola. Oh, that was a beautiful pass there. Intercepted by the defender. Chouameni. Bakola. Dembele. Finds to Pamecano. Pamecano gives the ball to Theo Hernandez. Theo Hernandez traveling down the flank. Beautiful play there in the box. Oh, intercepted. Dembele has it now.
It's kind of a dangerous position to lose the ball there, because Bruce is the kind of player who now he knows that Chukwuchukwu wants to play the possession game, and he wants to work with the counter attack.
Yeah.
So Chukwuchukwu losing possession close to his area leaves him exposed in so many ways.
Yes, the commentary is kind of weird because both players are using the same team. So you could be saying Bakola this way and Bakola that way. And but so far, we are waiting to see the second goal in this matchup. Twisting and turning. Goal! Bruce pulls one back in the 90th minute, and the draw merchant has struck again.
This guy, you see that name that he say he only fights for draws is actually he's actually happy with the draw.
The draw merchant has struck again. Chukwuchukwu cannot believe his eyes. At the death, the draw merchant struck with a beautiful goal from Kylian Mbappe.
That's 2 draws for him today. One against El Dorado and now one against Chukwuchukwu. And I must say, beautiful performances from him. Those guys are players that anybody will be scared of coming up against. But this guy, he went head on and was able to get at least 2 points out of a possible 6.
Yeah, you remember he had a match day where he had 2 draws as well.
Yeah.
There was a match day he had 2 draws. This is history repeated.
That was actually the first match day, and now he decided to do it again on the last match day. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, the next matchup is between Coda Snow and Larry. You can see on your screens, Coda Snow has played 11 matches against Larry's 12. Coda Snow has 8 wins against Larry's 5. And Coda Snow is 3rd on the log, and Larry is 8th. You can see the public winning prediction is swinging wildly in Coda Snow's favor, with the public siding 95% with Coda Snow and just 5% of the fans picking Larry Anders. But it remains to be seen if Larry can actually bring a surprise and shock the best attacker this season. Remains to be seen, because Coda Snow, since he started his run of wins, has kept winning.
he said, "All I do is I want to win," and that's basically what he's been doing. All he does is win. Like Trump said, you're gonna win, that you're gonna get tired of winning. This guy has actually taken that statement personally, and now has been on an insane win streak, and he would look to continue that against against Larry, and probably to an extent in the final game against Shocker.
No, one thing I'm sure will happen in this particular matchup would be, it will be an absolute goal feast. Coda Snow has returned to his traditional Brazil, and Larry is sticking with Portugal, and I'm expecting a lot of goals, because whenever Coda Snow plays, there is bound to be lots of goals.
Yeah, whenever Coda Snow plays, there's lots and lots of goals. There's basically a reason why he's currently the highest goal scorer in the RSDL this season.
Coda Snow getting ready. I think he is shouting out to the fans there. Controller in hand. The divine lock-in has already started. He's setting up.
Coda Snow, this guy, he came all the way from Bielsa. Then again, but it just goes to show you how many fine gamers are there in that state, because this Niger Delta derby is about to be something really special. It's not like a walkover for any side. The likes of PJ from Bielsa, basically the highest goal scorers we've seen in both the RSPO and the RSDL come from that state.
Yes, I think the Bielsa boys actually play a more aggressive style of FIFA, where they want to outscore you at all times. Yeah,
I actually noticed that, because that's the kind of mentality Coda Snow goes with. He just wants to outscore you, and funny how every time he says that, he just goes on to outscore you.
It goes across board. If you look at the likes of Chuku and even Mr. Morale, they have intentions of outscoring you. They may not be the best goal scorers, but they always want to outscore you. But the best goal scorers we've seen from the Pro League and the Division 2 have all been Bielsa boys. So this gives us a glimpse of what it would look like in the Niger Delta Derby, where Bielsa, with their skill, passion, and pride, will face off against River State, that prides itself in honor and glory. This will be proudly brought to you by 43 Esports, 2 states, 1 champion. Top gamers from both states. Keep your fingers locked and anticipate.
A lot of new fans are probably not seeing the guys in the Elite League, so I feel this will probably be a chance for them to see just how good those guys were. The likes of Doom, you always just hear us talk about them like this guy is actually really, really good, one of the best players in River State, but they've not really seen what this guy is capable of doing. The likes of Dexter, the likes of Controller, we always seem to forget those 2 names in Controller and Fonzie. I really hope that they actually play in this Niger Delta derby, because it's the reason they're in the Elite League.
Controller's name reminds me of the song by Drake, Controller, and he likes to control the games, and you see that this man has one intent and one intent alone, and it is to play. He wants the opponent to play his way.
Yeah, definitely, and basically he always makes it that way. And once you just give in to that his control, you can just wrap it up and just go home, because that guy will score you all sorts of goals, even goals that the mere humans can't see. He just finds a way to actually just get those goals.
So that is the Optimus Prime of the Pro League. You know, he gives directives, and the opponents just have to follow it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're on the way. Larry in the traditional Portugal colors against Cold as Snow. And it's already begun.
You know one thing about this Cold as Snow? This guy must score you in the first 5 minutes, and once again, he's done it today. The first 5 minutes at this point is basically like a ritual for him to get a goal in the first 5 minutes.
And the floodgates will soon be flung open. Larry gets his equalizer almost instantly. Oh, offside. That would be heartbreaking for the man, Larry.
Cold as Snow. Father, he was able to get. How does he get his attack so pinpoint? And he's in attack again. And Vinicius. Oh my goodness.
That offside for Larry broke his heart, and Cold as Snow just drove the dagger deeper into Larry's heart in the 7th minute of the game. I said it from the beginning that this particular matchup is going to be a goal fest. It may be one-sided, but there's going to be a lot of goals nonetheless. Neto finds Ronaldo. Dispossessed there. Cunha. Oh, that's a beautiful pass. Neves. Bruno Fernandes. Leao. Finds Ronaldo again. Ronaldo has been dispossessed for the second time in minutes. Can Brazil build from here? Lucas Paqueta. Luis Enrique. And that is the 3rd goal for Cold as Snow in the 18th minute. Cold as Snow is running riot.
You know, this guy, the way he just builds up, you could see the player locked there, and immediately he got the ball in that position. The goalkeeper trying to rush out, but Luis Enrique was just positioned well to get that finesse into the back of the net. And then again, this guy would outscore you. He will show you different patterns. He will put you on some kind of settings that you can't really explain, and that's exactly what Larry is experiencing.
Larry is on a nightmare last day in the RSDL. I mean, just coming from a loss at the hands of 1A1 with that wide margin to meet the highest scoring player this season in Cold as Snow. And Cold as Snow has not made it easy for him. I mean, he is averaging a goal every 10 minutes. And this, I mean, it could get all the way to 9-0 at the end of the day.
I wouldn't be surprised, because this guy, he scores goals for fun. And not only scoring, he actually knows how to track runs pretty well. He doesn't really play a lot in midfield. This guy, he can just make 2-3 passes, and he's at the other end of the pitch. Once he gets in that position, some speed boost, and boom, it's a goal. So I wouldn't put it past him, because he's that free flowing in attack.
Cold as Snow again in the box. Chris Turns, goal number 4. I said it. He averages a goal in every 10 minutes, and it's only the 29th minute of this matchup. And Cold as Snow is already 4 goals up. And the Portuguese team would be regretting why they even stepped off the team bus to get into the stadium today.
Well, for one, we know that Portugal colonized Brazil, but it doesn't seem to be going that way here.
This is a revenge mission.
Definitely a revenge mission. Larry has been involved in some kind of settings today. The first 1A1 and now Cold as Snow, and he doesn't, like they say, if you see me for that kind of settings, he has been ingrained in those kind of settings in this match day, and it could actually go bad towards from here.
Yeah, I mean, Larry has been beaten blue-yellow so far, the traditional colors of the Brazilian team, and he cannot say anything. I mean, I don't think, that headset, that earpiece he has, I don't think any music is playing right now, because he is just listening to the goals come in every 10 minutes, 35 minutes on the clock, and he is trailing by 4 goals. Larry, I think it's time you call the ancestors to help. You need all the help you can get right now. Bruno Fernandes plays it all the way back to Neves. Neves finds Vitinha. Ooh! Finally, Leo pulls one back for Larry. This is a 5-goal thriller so far. 4-1 in the first minute. And anytime Coder Snow plays, you already know it's going to be a goal fest.
This guy just find a way to actually make his opponents dance to his tunes, and they're almost getting shut off. We look at Paqueta to get himself a 5th goal in this first half, but it was blocked and he's out for a corner. He takes a corner shot. Now Gabriel finds Rafinha. Rafinha tries to finesse, but again Diogo Costa stretching a bit too much and was able to toss
Costa has managed to keep this goal line respectable. He has saved more shots, saved a lot of shots, just like Josh Chops has saved. Ooh, Josh Chops has actually saved us from starving in the studio. Shout out to Josh Chops.
Well, the corner is taking shot there, and now Inacio, what can he do? Trying to get past Marquinhos. And Codes, Larry gets a chance again, and that's about 2 good chances in the past 5 minutes game time, and he's flopped both. I must say, he's had a couple of good chances to actually get a goal and probably keep the game closer than it is, but unfortunately for him, he's not been able to take those chances. And I know Codes know those chances, they don't come by easily. On the other hand, when he gets his own chance, he's definitely going to punish you, and I'm sure Larry is very, very aware of that, and will be looking to fix up before this game gets out of hand. Well, we are on the way in the second half. 4-1. Codes Snow still in the lead, having a 3-goal deficit against Larry. Codes Snow, who we can't remember the last time this guy lost the game, because he's been unbeaten versus the first match week, but that hasn't really been enough for him to get his hands on the RSDL title. Or maybe he can clean second place and he can spoil Shocker's unbeaten run. Trying to go on the attack there, but his final pass, the cutback pass, was just intercepted there by Ruben Diaz. But then again, Codes Snow has gotten the ball back, and unfortunately for him this time around, he's giving it away again.
The truth is, Codes Snow doesn't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. He's thinking of Lucas Paqueta for Casemiro, and he still wants to control how this game is being played. Codes Snow may just be the PJ of the Division 2.
I also love to see these two guys go up against themselves. The likes of I'm talking about Codes Snow and PJ.
Yes,
go fest.
It would be an absolute goal fest. The goals will be flying in from different angles. But definitely my money would be on PJ, because I think PJ is better rounded, and PJ talks, he talks smack, and nothing. The fans love nothing more than a player that is confident, plays really nice, and is confident.
Yeah, I must say, PJ is basically, I can actually say this guy is top 3 players I've seen live. Okay, I've actually seen KK live, so that cancels out. This guy is probably top 5 players I've seen play live, and every time he doesn't stop surprising me with the patterns. This guy has some attacking patterns that seem to be really, really unstoppable.
Yes, of course, attacking patterns that seem to be unstoppable. I can see comments. I think is this Eziani commentator, you're a bad boy, which obviously they listen to any music, but that's the fact. I mean, how would he listen to music when the goals are just flying past him? He can just be listening to the sound the ball makes when it hits his net. Right now, Brazil have another attacking opportunity, but that was expertly defended.
Wow. Now 4-1, 65 minutes in. Codes Snow still in the lead, and we're yet to see goals in this second half. For the first time, Codes hasn't scored in about 10 minutes game time. Yes. And we'll be hoping that should change, because he still looks to be on the attack. This guy is up 3 goals and he's still looking to get more goals. He's finally in the box again, finds Gumarais, Casemiro, twisting and turning. Casemiro in the box again. A borrow there, but Nuno Mendes was just a bit too strong for the Brazilian defensive midfielder.
If this scoreline stays this way, I'd have to shake Larry's hands because nobody has really held Coldest Snow to this scoreline. Coldest has not really, had an attempt this second half, and we've seen his last 4 or 5 matches where he scored, every 10 minutes. He was averaging a goal every 10 minutes of the game. But so far in the second half, Larry has managed to keep Coldest Snow a little bit quiet, and that is what we wanted to see from the first half. But at least the goal margin is not as wide as we would have expected, but it's still a high goal scoring affair, and Coldest Snow is still looking for more goals, maybe to prepare him for the encounter with Shocker. That was a beautiful shot.
Oh my goodness. This guy had possession for about 15 minutes game time, and it resulted in a goal. And finally, Coldest Snow has gotten a goal in the second half. And if you happen to play this game over 0.5 goals in the second half, you should be really happy because Coldest Snow has just answered your prayers. Coldest Snow still on the attack once again, an up through ball there, but Larry's Ruben Diaz was just positioned well, and Konya couldn't wrist past the guy, and Larry will be looking to see if he can get another goal for himself. His first game actually ended 5-2. Could this be a repeat of the first game?
Actually, regardless of how this scoreline goes, Larry has been a very, very impressive, player this season. Being his very first tournament, we had this interview and he said this is the first time he's playing in a tournament, and he has held his own good so far. Like I expected Larry to be at the bottom of the table, being that he only plays with his friend Chisco Fingers, but sadly we can see Chisco Fingers is actually occupying that bottom of the table, and a rookie Larry is fighting for a Pro League slot right now. Only sad thing is he's playing against a very brutal and very dangerous Coldest Snow.
That's a red card, no? So the yellow card there, and that's the free kick. Comes, he takes his shot, might not result in anything, and Larry finally gets the ball back in the box, and again he has Neto, and this time his shot is just wide. Well, we have come to the end of that game. Larry against Coldest Snow, and Coldest Snow has come out victorious once again. 5 goals to 2. 5 goals to 1 rather.
You see that expressionless face of Coldest Snow. Like this is not what he wanted. He did it. He doesn't care about this. He wanted to win this trophy. But I mean, Shocker proved to be too good for just anybody. But this matchup, I think the match of the day would be the Shocker versus Coldest Snow game, because of course Coldest Snow will be looking to find chink in Shocker's armor. If you cannot let me win this, then at least I'm gonna beat you, so you don't win this tournament unbeaten. That is what I guess would be on Coldest Snow's mind going into the match versus Shocker. Guys, we just experienced a total demolition of Larry by the third man on the log, Coldest Snow. I think this result will take him up to second place.
He was actually second coming into this day, but into this match day.
Yeah.
So now it's shifted him closer to the top. Although I think Larry's already won the league, but I'm sorry, Shocker has already won the league, but he's currently sits about let's say 20.
He said Larry has already won the league.
Oh,
I was
no.
like, Larry won the league, yeah. So we have the man there, Larry's friend, Larry's best friend, Chisco Fingers. His his grinding partner, Chisco Fingers, coming up against the man that just became the dad, Chuku Chuku. Let's see what can happen in this game. Chisco needs this win. His whole existence, his whole survival depends on this win. Chisco needs to win this game, and Chuku Chuku also needs this win to have his feet firmly rooted in the in the qualification places for the Pro League. And you can see that vintage earpiece Chisco has on to block out the noise from the likes of Eldorado in the studio. Chisco is blocking his ears just to keep out the negative the negative vibes and whatever. Just he wants to focus on his win and maybe sneak a win against Chuku Chuku here. That would maybe make him make him, I don't know how it would be for Chisco, but things are not looking up for him at this point. And if he loses this match, that is good night.
Yeah, Chisco really needs to fix up, and I think he knows that winning this game against Chukuchuku is really vital if he's to get up to the RSPL next season. On the other hand, Chukuchuku knows that he doesn't really know what the table looks like, so he'll really want to get that win against Chisco to just be in a safer spot. Chisco, you can see the 11 matches played, just 2 wins out of 11, which is quite disappointing on his part.
Yes, and it's crazy to see because Chukuchuku is 6th on the log and Chisco is 13th. The public winning prediction is obviously swinging towards Chukuchuku's side, with 70% of the public that voted, picking a Chukuchuku victory over a Chisco win. Both guys have played 12 and 11 games respectively, with Chukuchuku playing 12 matches and Chisco Fingers having played only 11. Chukuchuku, on the other hand, has won 6 of those 12 matches, which is average. He didn't lose the other 6. I think he had some draws here and there.
Sorry. You know how this guy actually had 12 points after 6 games, then went on to lose 4 games in a row.
Wow.
Or 3 games in a row. So he had a chance to actually fight for the title after he came back from his sabbatical. But he wasn't up to standard. He wasn't up to speed up until the win against El Dorado, and now
the excitement of fatherhood.
Definitely the excitement of fatherhood coming into play there. But ever since the win against El Dorado last week, he's gotten now 2 wins in a row, and will look to build up on that. And definitely against someone like Chisco, who has would say not one of the better defenses in the RSDL. So I feel this is a perfect place for him to be if he's to actually secure a safe spot into the RSPL next season. Maybe he should actually win this game against Chisco. On the other hand, Chisco knows that he needs a win now more than ever, because after this it's basically about 1 game played out. And
if he loses this game,
it's definitely over for him, and he knows that he needs to get the win. He needs this win more than Chukuchuku does, I must say, and he'll be looking to do just that. But before we go into the game, remember to follow us on all social media platforms, and on Instagram, on YouTube, on TikTok, on X.
Oh!
Just as we're speaking, Chukuchuku has gone ahead. Definitely kind of start he would have wanted. Wow, this guy, he seems to be on the roll now. Definitely, he's won 2 games in a row and is looking to make it 3. Now Chisco Fingers is on the receiving end of his wrath. The excitement of fatherhood seems to have gotten away a bit. And now he's fathering many people in the RSDL.
Yes, of course.
Chukuchuku in the lead, 1-0, and he seems to be knocking on the door again, and I really can't tell what that was. Was that a pass or a shot? Because the ball just happened to it played into the palms of the French goalkeeper, and Chukuchuku once again trying to start a counter, and you could see the creative run there. Kylian Mbappe in the box, and Kylian Mbappe for the near post. So you say it's good night?
Not yet, too early for good night. I think it's still daytime for Chisco if he can pull,
That's a huge if there, and every time Chukuchuku is on the attack, it seems like a goal is about to just pop out of nowhere. He keeps spawning in Chisco's penalty area, and every time Chisco is finding it really, really hard to keep up with Chukuchuku's intimidating attack. He's had about 3 really good chances. Kylian Mbappe just missing the latest one on the board, and now Chisco will be looking to counter. Then again, Chukuchuku, who has not conceded a goal. I don't think this guy has not conceded a goal over the past 2 games. He's won both games, 1-0, and now he's leading this game 2 goals.
Joy of fatherhood has finally, found its place, and the joy of gaming is back.
Yeah, the joy of gaming is back, and this guy is another one of the finest Bielsa gamers you would see. So another player you should watch out for, probably from the Niger Delta Derby, the Rivers State versus Bielsa State, coming up very soon to your screens. And Chuku there with the first time through pass. Oh my goodness, that was a huge miss there, but I must commend the build-up play to that shot. Was something out of the ordinary, and he just fluffed his shot there. Mekilolise just hitting the shot wide of the post. 27 minutes on the clock, and Chuku still in the lead. Every time he gets the ball, it just seems like he wants to score more goals. And now you can see him not spending much time in the build-up phase, just straight up attacking upon attacking, attack upon attack. And Chisco Fingers is really finding it hard to find solutions to all the questions. Chuku's attack has been asking. You could say the budget of Chuku's attack exceeds that the Ministry of Defense of Chisco Fingers team at this point. Chuku again on the attack. You could see a first time through pass almost getting to the feet of Bradley Bakula there. And Chisco Fingers has given away the ball in a dangerous position. Mikel Olise down the flank. And he gets past Tio Hernandez, twisting and turning, and he gets the ball to Chouameni. Chouameni is in the box. And he crosses it in, and that's a huge save there. And that was basically a point blank save from the goalkeeper.
Point blank save there from Mike Magan to keep the scoreline fairly respectable here. Chisco Fingers is really struggling to contain the Chuku attack, struggling to create his own chances. But so far, nothing has really been made of all of that. He's still just trying to ask questions. Sends the pass across. Magan picks it up. Finds Olise. Tries to find Dembele, but that's cut out. Chuku finds Mbappe. Back with Cherki on the ball. Offside. Pamecano lays it to Kante. Kante finds Jos Koundé. Beautiful pass to Olise, who is operating smoothly on that right flank. Oh, cutback pass. Beautiful goal there by Chisco Fingers. And Ousmane Dembele pulls one back for Chisco. The end of the first half. And the game is poised at 2-1. Chisco Fingers trailing by 1 goal. Chuku leading by 1 goal. Kante finds Chouameni there. Finds Dembele. Oh, beautiful pass there. I think Chisco Fingers has just found his rhythm again. He is playing some audacious passes. Loses the ball deep in the opponent half. Wins it back. It's beautiful to see how both men are trying to cancel each other out with the passes. But we've seen some really nasty gameplay here today. Beautiful pass there again, and that's a one-time shot. Saved by Mike Magan again to keep the scoreline as it is. Kante twists and turns and gives the pass away. Koundé. Chouameni. Upamecano. Rabiot. Chisco would be looking to equalize. So far, we've gone 62 minutes with the scoreline is staying 2-1 in favor of Chuku, and Chisco is still looking for that second goal. Chuku on the counter and now. Beautiful gameplay, beautiful defending by both players to cancel the efforts of the other out. But we want to see goals, and that's what brought us here. That was a chance blocked.
I
The
feel
Chisco fingers take off the earpiece.
yeah, I feel Chisco has actually put up a better performance in this game than over the past couple of games in the RSDL.
Yes. I think he has. I agree with you on that. The scoreline has been low. And he's, been playing some beautiful football too. I think his defense has improved greatly as well. Chouamini.
But Chukwuchukwu's experience is coming into play in this particular game.
Yes.
He's been able to contain the game and manage it pretty well and stop almost every attack Chisco seems to be bringing his way.
That is where experience comes to play. Goal! Chukwuchukwu extends it to 3-1. But a beautiful finesse shot from Ryan Shirky. Is it good night already for Chisco Fingers? We don't know yet, but it's 76 minutes on the clock, and that may not be enough time to equalize 2 goals and maybe even to score a third to win. Offside there.
Yeah, I know it's actually a 95 rated scene, but I must say this French attack is something really special. Now, I'm not just talking about the game, I'm talking about in real time. You have the likes of Czechia not actually starting games at this World Cup.
Have the likes of Aklush sitting on the bench as well.
I don't think Aklush has actually okay, maybe he might have come on once, but I've not really seen this guy. And we are talking about Bakola. These are players that they probably start for any other nation.
Yes.
Except for the French national team. The likes of Mateta is yet to see game time in this World Cup as well. That just goes to show how much quality they have.
Yes. You can see that attack line, the likes of Mbappe, Dembele, Doué, Bakola. A lot of them are world-class players, and the French team is absolutely stacked.
We're talking about the attack. Their midfield, Kante still a pretty decent player, and the guy, he barely sees a chance to actually play in the World Cup as things stand. Well, that just goes to show you the quality they have all over the pitch. Even the defense, Konate hasn't started the game, and you still have Luka Dean at the left back.
You have the likes of Zaire Emery. You have the likes of Zaire Emery in the likes. Let's see one.